And we are into the last game, and it is the Storm versus the Knights. And it's going to be a tough one. The Knights will be bitterly disappointed by last week. I expect them to come firing up. But the Storm, just their everly consistent self, they're coming into a good vein of form yet again. They have made a couple of changes. They all are enforced changes. So Vunivalu takes his spot back up on the wing for this week. Seve comes in for Brenko Lee as he's out for a few weeks, as well as them losing Moborovsky for potentially the next 3 months. Asafa Solomona comes in at 8. Brandon Smith goes back to the bench in the 14 jersey. Vete in a 16, Eisenhuth at 17, Fasamaloe on the bench in the 15 shirt. It's going to be a tough ask for the Knights. I mean, they make a lot of changes to their bench in particular. I mean, so you start with Randall in at the 9 shirt, for McCulloch, who is gone for the season, as well as Connor Watson. Phoenix Crossland comes into the 14 shirt, King into the 15, and then it's Salo and SASA to make up the remainder of the bench. It's going to be a tough ask for the Knights here.
Tough ask for the Knights. They've lost first, second, and third string hookers in Brayley McCulloch and Connor Watson. All 3 of those out for the year. So Chris Randall, who made 65 tackles or something like that. His first game comes in for game number 2. Interesting that they have Crossland on the bench instead of someone like Mason Lenore or Tex Hoy, both of who, if they really had to, could play hooker. Lenore more than Hoy. Crossland more of a half than anything else. As for the Storm, as you mentioned, Moborovsky probably gone until the 3rd week of finals if the Storm make it that far, with Tommy Eisenhuth coming back onto the bench. Marion Seve goes in for Brenko Lee. So like-for-like replacements, as much as it can be with Moborovsky and Eisenhuth. But, yeah, the Knights played like crap last week. They played like absolute dog crap and ruined everyone else's multis if they somehow got Warriors with a first half or Roosters 1-12 or anything like that. All of my anytime try scorers from last week with the Storm and the Knights didn't get up. The Knights, it didn't help that there was sloppy weather. The Storm, who did I go with? Oh, the Storm I went for minus 29.5 in the second half of $5. So if anyone got on that, you're welcome. That was a superb bet. The 29.5 at 345. That got eaten up. But I can't quite go that sort of line this week. The line currently is set at 12.5. It's not bad. That's not a bad line. I might have a cheeky flirt with that, but it's not going to be one that I personally will recommend. I'm going to go straight to the anytime try scorer markets and go for Jerome Hughes at $4 for one of mine. Again, I honestly don't have any reasoning behind this Jerome Hughes one. The name, for whatever reason, just sticks out. And I'm using the same logic right now as I do with the horses. The horses, if a name sticks out, I bet on it. It typically wins. If I second guess myself, the horse wins and I don't get paid for it because I choose some other nutty horse that comes last. So I'm going Jerome Hughes purely because the name is standing out and my gut is churning. Hughes at $4. I don't think that the Knights are going to score any more than about 16 points. So so for those who have Sportsbet, the total points market, the Knights alternative points, as I go to the under 16.5 is $1.46. So I'm going to recommend that one. I mean, if you really want to go both teams to score 10 and $1.39, you can. But they're the 2 that I will suggest.
Yeah, so I mean, if you go through the previous meetings, the last 2, Storm 26-12 win earlier back in June, and then the Storm 34-4. So I mean, you got a total of 38 points both times there. So could be a Norman 38 points exactly. I don't know. But yeah, I'd say points under 40. So we'll keep it at -39.5. Melbourne by 6+ for me. It just seems like easy money there. I do worry that because the Knights had a bad week last week, they're probably going to be coming in a little bit more hot and heavy than they usually would. So I'm going to be cautious with that market there and with that line. So yeah, I'm going to go under 39.5 points as well as Storm by 6+.
I pose this question to you before I ask you for your best bet of the week. Would you rather go under 40? The current line is set at 41. Sorry, the current total is set at 41.5. Are you convinced with the 40 or the 39.5, or do you take that extra 2 points for $1.90?
I take the extra 2. I back myself.
All right. Under 41. Under 42 is $1.91. Storm, the try bet, -6.5, $1.51.